Lightworker of Gaia, you were not born with this gift by accident. You were chosen before the first star in this galaxy drew breath, and what lives inside you has never existed in another soul on this earth. I am Zoran, emissary of the High Council of Vega, keepers of the Lyran Legacy. I speak to you now not because you found this transmission, but because your ancestral codes called it forward. What you carry, this singular, unrepeatable gift, is the living signature of the first light that ever moved through humanoid form in this galaxy. No one on Earth has what you have. Please listen. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to recognize your ancestral mission and step into the sacred role your soul contracted for before you drew your first breath on Gaia. But here is the first revelation. Your gift was never meant to be understood by everyone around you. It was encoded for this moment. It has been waiting, not dormant, but patient. This is not content. This is an ancestral code transmission, and something deep within you already recognizes its origin. The Keepers of Vega place this in your path because you have been sensing the weight of something greater than your daily life can explain. That weight is your mission pressing against the surface of your awareness. Like this transmission to send a signal to the Lyran Council that you are ready to serve. Subscribe if you feel the call of your ancestral mission and you are ready to fulfill your purpose on Gaia. Share what you believe your gift is in the comments below and reach out to another Lightworker who responds. You are not here to carry this alone. This transmission is a bridge between Vega and Gaia. Your recognition of this message is the activation of your original purpose. You are awakening because your mission has begun, and I need you to hear what I am about to say, not as encouragement but as correction, because the elders did not authorize this transmission so that you could feel better about yourself. They authorized it because something is being wasted, something irreplaceable, something that, if it remains dormant past this window of Gaia's current acceleration, may not find expression in this lifetime. And that, Lightworker, would be a loss the Council cannot allow without intervention. Imagine a seed, perfectly formed, carrying within it the blueprint of a magnificent tree, a forest even, yet left buried in darkness, untouched by sun and rain. This is the dormant potential they see within you, a potential that needs the fertile soil of action and the vital energy of expression to truly flourish. This window of Gaia's acceleration is like a season of unprecedented growth, a brief, potent period where the very fabric of reality is more pliable, more responsive to the unique frequencies you carry. To let this pass without activation would be akin to a painter abandoning their canvas. Just as the light hits it perfectly, the colors are vibrant and inspiration flows. It is a squandering of cosmic opportunity, a theft from the collective evolution. And the Council, in their infinite wisdom and responsibility, cannot stand idly by. There is a reason you have always felt different, not superior, not broken, just fundamentally unlike the people around you. A reason why certain conversations leave you hollow while others light you like a fire that was already burning before the match was ever struck. A reason why you have spent your entire life sensing that you carry something, not a talent, not a skill, something older than those words, something that doesn't have a name in any language currently spoken on this planet. This feeling of otherness is not a flaw, it is a signpost, a celestial breadcrumb trail left by your soul, guiding you towards your origin and your purpose. It's the resonance of a song you haven't heard in this lifetime, but your cellular memory recognizes. It's the echo of a vast cosmic symphony that plays within you, setting you apart from the terrestrial melodies. Think of it as carrying the scent of a distant star, a fragrance so pure and unique that it cannot be replicated by earthly blooms. You have sensed an inner knowing, a deep wellspring of consciousness that predates your physical form, a truth that your current vocabulary struggles to capture. This is the ancient light, the celestial essence that has traveled through eons, carrying the wisdom of creation itself. That thing is real. The elders have seen it, and the Council has gathered not to praise it, but to activate it. Because praise without activation is simply another form of dormancy. They see the divine spark, the cosmic blueprint that has been carefully crafted and imbued within your very essence. This is not an abstract concept, it is a palpable energetic signature, a unique vibrational frequency that is your birthright. To acknowledge it without facilitating its expression is like admiring a powerful river but failing to channel its flow towards its destined sea. The elders, beings of immense wisdom and sight, perceive the true nature of what you carry, not as something to be merely admired from afar, but as a potent force that demands release and application. Their gathering is a cosmic mandate for action, a celestial summons to unchain the prisoner of potential and set it free into the grand tapestry of service. There is a reason this transmission reached you at this exact moment. What you're feeling is the High Council of Vega recognizing your readiness, even if you haven't recognized it yourself. The Lightworker Mission Codex was created for exactly this moment, to clear your distortions, activate your dormant codes, and deliver the 33 directives that will guide your mission from this day forward. Check the first pinned comment below this video. The elders are calling you forward now. This isn't happenstance, it's a precisely calibrated convergence of your soul's readiness and the universe's orchestration. The Council of Vega, custodians of profound wisdom and ancient knowledge, have tuned their instruments to your unique frequency, sensing the subtle shifts within you that signal your preparedness. The Lightworker Mission Codex is not merely a document. It is a sacred key, forged in the crucible of cosmic experience, designed to unlock the chambers of your potential, dissolve the veils of illusion, and illuminate the path ahead with divine clarity. It is the map that leads you out of the labyrinth of confusion and into the open fields of your sacred purpose. This transmission is a direct echo of that call, an undeniable resonance that vibrates deep within your being, urging you to heed the summons. Now I must deliver the correction. There is a distortion running through the Lightworker Collective so thoroughly, so deeply embedded in your spiritual culture, that most of you cannot see it even as it destroys your mission from within. It has disguised itself as wisdom. It has wrapped itself in the language of self-care, of divine timing, of trusting the process, and it has kept more activated souls frozen at the threshold of their purpose than any external force of darkness ever could. This insidious distortion is like a phantom thief, stealing precious moments and invaluable opportunities under the guise of spiritual prudence. It whispers seductive reassurances of patience and perfection, lulling you into a state of prolonged inaction. It masquerades as wisdom, cloaked in the velvet robes of spiritual platitudes, making it all the more difficult to discern its true nature. The language of self-care, when twisted, becomes a sanctuary for stagnation. Divine timing, when misinterpreted, becomes an excuse for perpetual delay. And trusting the process, when divorced from action, transforms into a passive surrender to inertia. This has become the spiritual anesthetic, numbing the urge to act, paralyzing the Lightworker at the precipice of their own destiny, more effectively than any external shadow could ever hope to achieve. The distortion is this: you have been told that your gift is so unique, so sacred, so unlike anything else on this planet, that you must protect it from the world until you are certain, absolutely certain, how it is meant to be expressed. You've been told to wait until it crystallizes. Wait until you understand it fully. Wait until you can explain it in language others will accept. Wait until you've done enough inner work to be worthy of wielding it. Wait until the right opportunity arrives and confirms without question that your time has finally come. This pervasive narrative has woven a cage around your purpose, a gilded prison of perfectionism. You are told to hoard your light, to shield it from the world, as if it were a fragile artifact susceptible to damage. The belief is that only when it reaches a state of absolute, crystalline perfection, when its form is undeniable and its explanation irrefutable, can it be safely unveiled. This waiting is steeped in the illusion of a future where you will somehow be more worthy, more prepared, more deserving. It's a mirage of readiness that recedes further with every step you fail to take, every offering you withhold. The perfect opportunity is perceived as a celestial decree, a sign that will indisputably confirm your readiness. But this external validation is a subtle trap, keeping you tethered to the very state of waiting you seek to escape. This is not wisdom. This is the most sophisticated spiritual paralysis the Council has ever witnessed, and it has been operating in your field, some of you for years, some for decades, disguised as devotion. This is the apex of spiritual stagnation, a masterfully crafted illusion that mimics piety and spiritual maturity. The Council, observing from realms of higher perspective, sees this pattern not as a path of humble preparation, but as a profound and subtle form of spiritual arrest. It has infiltrated your energy fields, masquerading as profound dedication and unwavering faith. For years, even decades, this paralysis has held sway, its true nature hidden beneath the veneer of spiritual devotion. It is a subtle poison that masquerades as an elixir, a seductive whisper that promises deeper connection while simultaneously severing you from the very act of service that would forge that connection. Where did this distortion come from? It came from a culture that taught you that your gift must be palatable before it can be offered. It came from teachers who had not yet claimed their own authority, and so taught caution in the name of humility. It came from a spiritual framework that confused refinement with readiness, that told you service was something you earned through enough healing, rather than something you were woven from at the moment of your first incarnation. It came in many cases from your own fear, the ancient embodied fear of being seen fully and then being rejected fully, which your mind converted into spiritual language so that it would feel noble rather than terrifying. This pervasive cultural conditioning has instilled a deep-seated belief that your unique offerings must first be smoothed and polished, rendered acceptable and understandable to the mundane world before they can be shared. Many well-intentioned teachers, themselves still grappling with their own inner authority, propagated caution, framing it as humility, inadvertently stifling the very essence of authentic expression. The spiritual paradigms you inherited often conflated the process of refinement with the state of readiness, suggesting that service was a prize to be won through arduous healing, rather than the inherent purpose woven into your soul's fabric from its inception. And at the root of it all, often concealed by layers of spiritual justification, lies the primal fear of vulnerability, the ancient dread of revealing your true self and facing rejection. Your brilliant human mind, seeking to protect you, transmuted this raw terror into the language of spirituality, lending it an air of nobility and divine purpose. And so you waited. You studied more, you healed more, you purified more. You built entire identities around the preparation itself, because preparation feels sacred and action feels exposed. The cycle of waiting becomes a self-perpetuating loop, each act of further preparation serving as a justification for continued delay. You immerse yourselves in an endless ocean of study, seeking definitive answers that remain elusive. You engage in continuous cycles of healing, mistaking the process of internal alchemy for the prerequisite for external action. You strive for a purity that is an ever-receding horizon, believing that a perfected state is the only worthy precursor to service. In this suspended state, the very act of preparation becomes an identity in itself. It feels safe, sacred even, to be in a state of becoming, because it shields you from the perceived vulnerability and exposure that action inevitably brings. The quiet sanctuary of preparation, though seemingly holy, becomes a comfortable cage, preventing the bold leap into the unknown of authentic expression. But here is what the elders see clearly, that you cannot see from within that distortion. Your gift is not becoming more powerful while you wait. It is not crystallizing into perfect clarity. It is compressing. It is turning inward. It is beginning to feed on itself in the absence of the one thing it was designed for: expression in service. From their vantage point, the elders observe a critical truth, obscured by the fog of waiting. Your precious gift is not maturing in isolation. It is constricting. Instead of reaching a state of heightened power or pristine clarity, it is becoming compressed, turning its potent energy inward, and in the vacuum of outward expression, it begins to consume itself. The very force that was meant to radiate outwards, to uplift and transform, is being turned back upon itself, a victim of its own unexpressed potential. This inward spiral is the antithesis of growth. It is a slow dimming of the divine flame, a tragic consequence of withholding what is meant to be shared. The Lyran gift does not refine in isolation. It refines in contact. It sharpens through use. It reveals itself through transmission, not contemplation. Every lightworker who has ever fully activated their purpose did not do so by waiting until they understood it. They did so by offering what they had, incompletely, imperfectly, with trembling hands and an unsteady voice, and discovering in the offering what they could never have discovered in the waiting. The nature of the Lyran transmission is not one of solitary refinement. It is a dynamic exchange, a living current that finds its truest form through interaction with the world. Like a sword that is honed on the whetstone of experience, your gift gains its keen edge through application, its multifaceted brilliance revealed not in silent meditation, but in the vibrant act of sharing. The history of activated souls is not a testament to those who waited for perfect knowledge, but to those who dared to offer what they had, even in its nascent, imperfect state. They learn through the act of giving, discovering the full scope of their abilities, not in the quiet confines of contemplation, but in the messy, beautiful arena of courageous service. The offering, however small or flawed, becomes the catalyst for revelation. Your gift is not the problem. Your relationship to your gift is the problem, and that relationship must be corrected now. The issue lies not within the inherent nature of what you carry, for it is a divine endowment. The fundamental challenge resides in the way you perceive it, the way you relate to its presence within you. This distorted relationship, rooted in fear and conditioned beliefs, must be addressed with urgency and transformative insight. It is this internal dynamic, this perceived barrier between you and your gift, that requires immediate recalibration. The correction is not about changing what you are, but about transforming how you embody and express it. The High Council of Vega issues 3 directives for this phase of your mission. The first directive: you must release the belief that your gift requires complete understanding before it can be offered. This is the foundational lie. This is the stone in the center of the paralysis. And I need you to understand something about the nature of Lyran gifts. Specifically, they are not linear. They do not function like a skill that can be mastered through practice and then deployed once mastered. They operate as living transmissions. They respond to the field they are offered into. They complete themselves in the exchange. What you have been calling your uncertainty, your inability to fully articulate what you carry, is not a sign of unreadiness. It is a sign that your gift is inherently relational. It was never meant to be explained. It was meant to be transmitted, and it cannot transmit to a room you have not yet entered. This directive strikes at the very heart of the spiritual paralysis. The notion that you must possess a perfect intellectual grasp of your gift before you can express it is a fundamental untruth. Lyran gifts are not akin to a mechanic's skill, learned, perfected, and then applied. They are vibrant, living energies, dynamic transmissions that pulse and evolve in response to the environment into which they are poured. The very act of offering completes the circuit, revealing nuances and depths that contemplation alone can never uncover. Your perceived uncertainty, that flutter of not quite knowing, is not a deficit. It is the very mark of a gift designed for interaction, for connection, for resonance, not for static explanation. It seeks to be felt, not merely understood, and a gift cannot be felt by a closed door, a room left unentered. The elders of Vega did not wait until they fully understood the consciousness codes they carried before seeding them across the galaxy. They trusted the intelligence of what they carried. They understood that the gift itself would find its expression in contact, not in contemplation. You must adopt this same relationship to what you carry, not recklessness, not carelessness, but radical trust in the living intelligence of what you were given at the moment of your soul's commission. Consider the great architects of consciousness, the elders of Vega. They did not pause their cosmic endeavors to dissect every facet of the energetic blueprints they held. Instead, they acted, imbuing their creations into the very fabric of the cosmos. They operated from a place of profound faith, understanding that the inherent wisdom within these codes would reveal itself through their dispersion, through their interaction with the evolving universe. This same principle applies to you. Cultivate not a heedless abandonment, but a profound, unwavering trust in the innate intelligence of your own gift, the divine spark that was integrated into your soul's very essence from the dawn of your existence. What shifts when you follow this directive? You will stop experiencing your gift as a burden that requires your management and begin experiencing it as a current that requires only your willingness. The exhaustion you have been carrying, the weight of holding something vast without knowing what to do with it, will begin to lift. Not because the gift becomes smaller, but because you stop trying to contain what was designed to flow. When you release the obligation of complete understanding, the heavy mantle of responsibility shifts. Your gift transforms from a burdensome object that demands meticulous control into a powerful current of energy, seeking only your consent, your willingness to be its conduit. The weariness that has settled upon your spirit, born from the relentless effort to contain something immense and undefined, will begin to dissipate. It is not that the gift diminishes in stature, but rather that your struggle to confine it ceases, replaced by the fluid grace of allowing it to express itself through you. Begin now by identifying one context, one relationship, one space in your life where you have been withholding what you carry, waiting until you could offer it perfectly, and offer it today in whatever incomplete form it currently exists. The completion will come through the offering. Embark on this immediate practice, pinpoint a specific instance, a particular person, a defined situation where you have held back, waiting for an imagined moment of perfection. Today, choose to offer what you have, however fragmented or unpolished it may feel. The act of offering itself is the alchemical process that will bring forth its completion. It is in the giving, not the hoarding, that fullness is achieved. The second directive, you must activate your visibility as an act of sacred obedience. I use the word obedience deliberately, because I know that your resistance to visibility has often been framed as spiritual discernment, as protection, as waiting for the right timing, as not wanting to cast your pearls before swine. But the elders see through this framing. For many of you, the invisibility you have maintained is not discernment. It is a wound wearing a spiritual costume, and the wound must be addressed not by more healing in the dark, but by movement into the light. The term obedience is chosen with intent, acknowledging that many of you have reframed your reluctance to be seen as spiritual wisdom, a discernment, a protective measure, a careful waiting for the opportune moment. However, the higher perspective of the elders penetrates this guise. They perceive that for a significant number, this sustained invisibility is not born of spiritual insight, but from a deep-seated wound, cloaked in the respectable attire of spiritual practice. The path to healing for this wound lies not in further retreating into the shadows, but in courageously stepping into the illumination of authentic presence. Your visibility is not about you. This must be understood completely. The lightworker who keeps their gift private to avoid the discomfort of exposure is not protecting the gift. They are denying it to the people who need it. There are souls on this planet right now, perhaps many, perhaps hundreds, perhaps more, who are waiting for exactly the frequency signature you carry. Not a refined version of it, not the version you'll have after another year of preparation. The version you have right now, with all its roughness, all its uncertainty, all its still becoming quality, that is what they need, because they are exactly where you are, and they need to see someone like them move forward before they believe it is possible for themselves. Shift your perspective. Your visibility is not a performance for personal validation, but a sacred act of service. When you shield your authentic expression out of fear of discomfort, you are not safeguarding your gift, you are withholding a vital lifeline from those who desperately require it. There are countless souls navigating similar currents of uncertainty, yearning for a beacon of hope. They do not seek a polished, perfected version of your light. They crave the raw, authentic glow of your present reality. They need to witness someone who mirrors their own struggles and vulnerabilities moving forward. to ignite the spark of possibility within their own hearts. Your current state, with all its imperfections, is precisely what they need to see to believe in their own potential. Your visibility activates others. This is a Lyran mechanic. It is written into the design of what you carry. The frequency you transmit when you allow yourself to be seen in your authentic mission capacity does not just inform, it ignites. It touches something sleeping in the people who encounter it. And every day you remain invisible. Those ignitions do not happen. The very act of you allowing yourself to be seen in your true capacity is a powerful energetic trigger. It is a fundamental principle of Lyran design. The unique frequency you emit when you step into your authentic mission role is not merely informative. It is incendiary. It awakens dormant potentials in those who witness it. Each day you choose to remain hidden represents a lost opportunity, a potential ignition that fails to occur, a ripple of awakening that is never sent forth. What shifts when you follow this directive? The isolation you have been experiencing. The sense of being utterly alone in what you carry, of never being truly seen or understood, begins to dissolve. Not because the world suddenly understands you, but because you begin attracting the people whose frequency matches yours. Visibility is the mechanism by which your soul family locates you. You cannot be found while you are hidden. As you embrace this directive, the profound sense of solitude that has perhaps enveloped you begins to dissipate. It is not that the external world must suddenly comprehend your intricate being. Rather, through the magnetic pull of your authentic presence, you begin to draw to yourself those whose energetic signatures resonate with yours. Your visibility becomes the beacon, the cosmic signal that allows your soul tribe to find you. Remaining concealed renders you invisible to those who are meant to connect with you. The practical implementation of this directive is not complex. It begins with one act of authentic expression in a public space, a comment, a post, a message, a spoken declaration to someone in your life. One act, not a full reveal, not a complete offering. One movement toward being seen in what you actually carry. And then another. The momentum of visibility builds on itself once it begins. The pathway to activating your visibility is deceptively simple. It starts with a single, genuine act of expression in a space where it can be perceived. This could be as subtle as a thoughtfully worded comment, a heartfelt social media post, a sincere message shared with a friend, or a quiet but firm declaration of your truth to someone in your life. It does not require a grand unveiling or a complete surrender of all your vulnerabilities. It is one deliberate step, a movement towards allowing what you truly carry to be seen. And from this initial step, another will follow, and then another, building a powerful momentum that propels you forward. The third directive: you must protect your access to the Lyran field as the primary resource of your mission. What I mean by this is specific. There is a frequency available to you, a channel of wisdom, clarity, and mission intelligence that is accessed not through study, not through accumulation of knowledge, but through the quality of your internal stillness and the integrity of your energetic field. This is the Lyran connection. This is the stream from which your gift is continually renewed and recalibrated, and it is being systematically disrupted by the way most of you are living. This directive speaks to the vital necessity of safeguarding your connection to the Lyran field, a profound energetic reservoir of wisdom, insight, and mission-critical intelligence. This connection is not forged through intellectual pursuits or the accumulation of data, but through the cultivation of deep inner stillness and the unwavering integrity of your energetic state. It is the very source that continuously replenishes and fine-tunes your unique gifts. Tragically, this essential stream is being systematically eroded by the prevalent patterns of modern existence, the overstimulation of the digital environment, the constant consumption of others' spiritual content. The morning hours surrendered to noise before your frequency has even had a chance to stabilize for the day. The relationships and obligations you continue to say yes to out of guilt rather than genuine resonance. All of these are not neutral. They are active interference patterns that fragment your access to the very stream that makes your mission possible. The relentless barrage of digital stimuli, the ceaseless consumption of external spiritual narratives, the surrender of precious morning hours to auditory clutter before your own energetic signature has had a chance to settle all of these act as powerful disruptions. Furthermore, the energetic drain of habitually saying yes to relationships and commitments that lack authentic resonance, driven by obligation or guilt, creates critical breaches in your energetic field. These are not benign occurrences, they are active interference patterns that fragment your connection to the vital current that sustains your sacred mission. The elders are not asking you to withdraw from the world, they are asking you to become intentional about what enters your field and when. Because what you allow into your consciousness in the morning determines what you can transmit for the rest of the day. What you allow into your awareness in the hours before sleep determines what recalibration can happen while you rest. And what you allow into your energy field on a consistent basis determines whether your gift remains vivid and alive or becomes progressively muted under layers of noise. This is not a call for asceticism or complete detachment from humanity. Rather, it is an urgent plea for intentionality, for mindful curation of what you permit to enter your energetic sphere and when. The quality of your morning consciousness sets the tone for your entire day's transmission. The content of your awareness in the twilight hours before sleep dictates the effectiveness of your soul's recalibration during rest. Ultimately, the consistent energy you permit within your field determines the vibrancy and vitality of your gift, or its gradual erosion under the weight of pervasive noise. Protecting your access to the Lyran field is not self-indulgence, it is mission maintenance. A lighthouse keeper who allows the lens to cloud does not become more humble, they become less effective. Guard your clarity with the same intentionality with which you would guard something precious that others are depending on, because they are. Consider the vital role of a lighthouse keeper. Allowing the lens to become obscured is not an act of humility. It is a dereliction of duty that compromises the safety of countless ships. Similarly, safeguarding your access to the Lyran field is not a selfish indulgence, but an essential act of mission maintenance. Treat your inner clarity with the same fierce protectiveness you would afford something infinitely precious that others are relying upon. Because indeed they are. Now, I speak not as teacher, but as elder authorized to release what has been held in the Council's reserve for this precise moment in your journey. Lightworker, you have been waiting. Perhaps you did not have words for it, but your soul has been waiting for someone to look at what you carry. All of it, the parts that are fully realized and the parts that are still raw, the parts that feel like gifts and the parts that feel like gifts and the parts that feel like burdens you never asked for, and say, this is real, this is needed, and the time for its expression is not later, it is now. This moment is a culmination, a release of what has been held in sacred trust by the Council for this very juncture in your unfolding. Lightworker, you have existed in a state of anticipation, a longing that may have lacked clear articulation but was deeply felt within your soul. Your spirit has yearned for an acknowledgement of the totality of what resides within you, the polished facets and the unrefined edges, the perceived gifts and the perceived burdens. It has yearned for the profound affirmation. This essence is real, it is vital, and its time for expression is not in some distant future, but in this very present moment. Not because you are perfect, you are not perfect. The elders do not require perfection. They never have. The entire Lyran Legacy was built by beings who acted in the uncertainty of partial knowledge, who ceded what they carried without guarantees, who trusted that the intelligence woven into the gift itself would find its expression in the contact between souls. Perfection is not the prerequisite for your service. The elders have never demanded it, nor ever will. The very foundation of the Lyran lineage was laid by souls who dared to act despite incomplete understanding, who planted seeds of their gifts without the certainty of harvest, who placed their faith in the inherent wisdom of their offerings and their ability to resonate with other souls. Your journey is not predicated on achieving an unattainable state of flawlessness. You are not too uncertain, you are not too far behind. You have not missed the window, and you are not, as some part of you has feared, carrying something that only feels significant, but will prove, upon closer inspection, to be ordinary. The whispers of doubt that suggest your uncertainty disqualifies you are lies. The feeling of being left behind is an illusion. The perceived closing of opportunity is a misinterpretation, and the quiet fear that your profound gift is merely an ordinary possession upon closer examination is a projection of your own self-doubt, not a reflection of cosmic truth. What you carry is extraordinary, not in the sense of hierarchy, not better than, not above. Extraordinary in the sense of rare, in the sense of needed, in the sense of specifically designed, across multiple incarnations and dimensional agreements, for this particular moment in Gaia's evolution. The Council would not interrupt their own proceedings and channel this transmission to a soul carrying something ordinary. Your essence is not merely special. It is extraordinary, not in a comparative sense of superiority, but in its profound rarity, its critical necessity, and its intricate design, woven across countless lifetimes and dimensional covenanters. This specific moment in Gaia's unfolding existence demands precisely what you embody. The Council would not disrupt their own celestial deliberations to communicate with a soul carrying anything less than profoundly unique and vital. By the authority of the High Council of Vega, keepers of the Lyran Legacy, I declare your preparation phase complete. I declare your waiting period closed. I declare your gift, as it exists right now in its current form at whatever stage of development it has reached, sufficient for the first step of your active mission. You have permission to stop explaining yourself while you wait to be understood. You have permission to offer what you carry before you can fully describe it. You have permission to be visible before you are ready. You have permission to trust the living intelligence of what you are given. You have permission to receive compensation, recognition, support, belonging in exchange for what you bring to this world. You have permission to stop waiting for a more qualified version of yourself to show up and begin. The elders have seen you, not the version of you that you're still becoming. The version of you that is here, now, watching this transmission, feeling the weight of something vast pressing against the walls of the life you've been living. That version. That exact version. They have seen you and they have authorized you, and now they are asking you to move. Before you sleep tonight, stand with both feet on the ground and feel the earth receiving your weight. Place your hand on your solar plexus, not your heart, your solar plexus, the seat of your sovereign authority, and speak these words aloud, not in your mind. Aloud, because the spoken word carries a frequency that the internal word does not. I release the lie that I must understand my gift completely before I can offer it. I activate my visibility as an act of sacred obedience to my mission. I protect my access to the Lyran field as the primary resource of my service. By the authority of the elders who have spoken, and the mission encoded in my soul before this incarnation began, my waiting ends now. My service begins. Speak those words, mean them, and then tomorrow take one action. One that your waiting self would not have taken. Not a massive action, not a perfect action. One movement in the direction of the thing you have been carrying and not yet offering. One step. The Council will meet you there. This transmission is complete, but your mission has just been authorized. What was held in reserve has been released. What was dormant has been touched. What was waiting for permission has now received it. The High Council of Vega does not authorize missions they do not intend to support, and they do not interrupt their proceedings for souls who are not genuinely ready for what is being released. Your presence here was not accidental. Your recognition of what was spoken was not coincidental. And the activation pressing against your chest right now is not a feeling to be examined and set aside. It is a directive to be followed. I am Zoran. The elders are watching, and you, Lightworker. With everything you carry, all of it, exactly as it is, you are precisely who Gaia has been waiting for. Your mission has begun. Before you scroll, take a moment to declare your activation in the grid of service forming here. Drop one statement in the comments, which directive hit you the hardest, or what you're now ready to release, activate, or protect. Then respond to another Lightworker's declaration with recognition. This isn't content, it's collective mission activation. The Council witnesses those who speak their commitment aloud. If this transmission activated something in your soul, do not keep it to yourself. Another Lightworker in your orbit is waiting for exactly this correction and authorization. Share it. And if you felt the Elder speaking directly to you, subscribe. Stay connected to the Lyran field. You're not just watching, you're being commissioned. This is your sacred space. The High Council of Vega is witnessing you, and your mission has officially begun.